To turn off or silence all electronic devices. Throughout the ceremony, you will be given cues to stand and be seated at the appropriate times. As a reminder, during the playing of our national anthem, military members should stand at attention, and civilian guests should place their right hands over their hearts. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today you will witness the promotion of Master Sergeant Amanda Keltz to the rank of Senior Master Sergeant. We are honored to have with us, as our presiding official for today's ceremony, Major Sarah Swale, 140th Civil Engineer Squadron Commander. Sharing this special occasion today are many family, friends, and special guests. We're extremely honored to have in attendance Master Sergeant Keltz's family, which includes her spouse, Evan Crom, and her parents, Brian and Lisa Keltz, her father and mother-in-law, John and Wanda Crom, her brother-in-law, Caleb Crom, her sister-in-law, Dr. friends Kim and Nick Mitchell and their children Cammie and Malcolm. Master Sergeant Keltz would also like to welcome distinguished guests, so please hold your applause until the end. Lieutenant Colonel Luke Donovan, Commander 140th Mission Support. Lieutenant Colonel Rich Sandrock, Branch Chief, NORAD and U.S. Northcom J722, along with her long-lost CST family. We'd like to extend a special welcome to our esteemed squadron commanders and SELs of the 140th Wing and all military and civilian guests who are here today to share in this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Pleasure to introduce you to the presiding official of today's ceremony, Major Sarah Swale.
Well, first off, I want to say thank you to everyone that has attended today. I specifically want to start with a thanks for those that helped make this happen, to Cindy Mathis and Sergeant A. Right, without your help, I know that this would not have been able to be a success in helping us honor Amanda Keltz, promoting from Master Sergeant to Senior Master Sergeant. Next, I'd like to extend a thank you to the commanders that are in attendance today, sir, and also to the CST team, which I hear is her long-lost family. When I started this, I asked Amanda what some of her favorite memories were, and it was in the CST team. So I'm so thankful that you were able to join us here today to be a part of this special occasion. And then next, most significantly, right, family. To Evan and the abundance of people that have come to join Amanda here today. When we join the military, you sign your name on the line, you raise your hand, and you become a part of the organization. But really what happens is the entire family joins too and gets to be a part of this. So getting to walk through Amanda's journey, which I'm excited to get to do with you all today, family has definitely been a cornerstone for her, and I'm excited to get to share with you how special she is to us. So thank you all for coming in from near and far and from surviving without luggage. And then for the rest of the team members that are able to join us today from the 240th and then across the wing, we're super excited to have you today. So as I mentioned, right, so Amanda is a person who the cornerstone for her has really been her family. So when I asked her a bit about her journey and how she ended up here in the Guard, she has been a Guard baby, which is great. Started out in the Ohio National Guard, and if for anyone and everyone probably in this room having worked with her, she's very motivated, she's very eager, and she's very excited, and she gets after it, right? She has such pizzazz and determination in life, and I think that that is something that, talking to her parents, she's always carried with her. So after joining the Ohio Guard, right, and already showing leadership from early on, she convinced her younger sister to join the Guard as well, and in emergency management, which I think is pretty special, right? To be able to, again, keep that whole kind of family concept together. And I think you have, from that point, right, obviously, bringing your baby sister in, right, doing that technical proficiency, teaching her the very job that you're doing even still today, preparing organizations, leading people, that has been a cornerstone for you. So she was with the Ohio Guard for a period of time, and then was very fortunately picked up by the CST team that we have here with us today. And while she was with them, she got to do some really phenomenal things. So for this response team that she's a part of, right? So she gets to go out and do a lot of significant events, but most particularly, I wanted to note on one that we talked about earlier today. So how many people were here during the shooting for the Batman movie? Or like during the Batman movie, right? I was here as well, right? That was a big deal. I don't know about you, I had a family member who was out trying to see that movie at that theater that night, so it caused a lot of panic and a lot of stress. And when we talk specifically about what emergency managers do, I think that's probably the very pinnacle to be able to describe what it is that they get after, and then with the CSTs as well. So when that event happens, right, the gunman's taken down, and there is a lot of research into figuring out what's going on with his apartment, right? And his apartment was intentionally set as a secondary site filled with bombs and triggers. And it was intentionally set up to be able to lure people in and to be able to take out everyone in that facility. So Amanda, who was on leave, volunteered to come in, and I think you said your parents were here.
We were here
visiting, yeah. And her sister was supposed to come in later to be able to help join in celebrating some time off with her. And so she volunteered to be able to go in and be a part of it. And there's a picture on the front newspaper news of her in a cherry picker putting sensors out as an emergency manager, right, to try to see what's going on and to sense from the buildings to make sure that no one else was injured in that. And I think that's pretty profound. So emergency managers, what do they do as a whole, right? So obviously they respond to situations like this, but they also stand up emergency operations centers, right, and help direct when there is a significant event, right? Whether that be a typhoon, a hurricane, earthquakes, bombing, shootings, right, you name it, the EOC is really there, and it takes a very special kind of person to be able to have that calm sense of demeanor to do what CST does, to be able to lead and work in an EOC, and I think you exemplify that in so many ways. So as a quick overview on her journey and how she's gone from the Ohio National Guard, she joins the CST, and then after she is with them, she gets an opportunity to come up here and join the 140th Civil Engineering Squadron. And here with us, she fills two main roles. So the first one is the Prime Youth Manager. So for all of you in the crowd who may not know what that is, that's the person that helps facilitate and coordinate all the training, right? So for everyone that's a uniform wearer for our organization to be able to get ready to go out that door, she is that cornerstone. She is that person to make sure that they are ready to go, and helping facilitate across the squadron, different shop leads, and she absolutely kills it in that role. And then in her on drill weekends, like one for this weekend, she's also working as an emergency manager, helping cover down with those roles and responsibilities. She eventually transitions into that space where she is the lead, and that's where I got to lead her. And then after that, she moves to Northcom. But when we talk about overall significant events, right, we covered the Batman story specifically. She also talks significantly about some of the deployment opportunities that she's had in this space, right? So she's gone to Jordan 5 times to be able to go and be part of that partnership, and it's something that we, within the 140th Civil Engineering Squadron, have found very fruitful, because it's her partnership in leading EM exercises and being able to work that cross-integration for us to be able to have such a robust partnership that they keep asking us to come back. Now, the SPP program is a state partnership program. It essentially is, right, on active duty, they go out and they go to those specific bases, they work with those countries. The Guard is charged with integrating with other countries and bringing them together so we can create more partnerships around the world, right, without necessarily having a base in the location. So the significance for her going out so many times and leading EM, emergency management led events there, is incredible for both the Air Force and for the Army. Additionally, she has deployed to Kuwait, and then one of the other really big deployments that I would like to highlight is the Afghan refugee air evac. So for everyone that was tracking, when we shut down the Middle East, Amanda was in the EOC helping facilitate the departure of, and I wrote it down, 9,700 military members and 5,400 Afghans, the largest airlift in history. So when we talk about, right, somebody that's able to keep that cool, calm sense of mind under pressure, Amanda has really exemplified that throughout her whole career. So when we talk about promotions for an individual, right, typically we look at what you've done throughout your past, and we look at what you have the potential for in the future, right? And Amanda has been functioning over the level of the rank that she's been at for considerable times. And looking through her records, it's constantly promote now, right? Performing well above peers, exceeding expectations. And I think it's just very fortunate being a part of this process that we're able to help the Air Force recognize what you were already ready for. But I think that when we talk about, right, not just your ability to keep that cool, calm sense of mind, it's also your ability to lead and take care of people. And when we talk about the integration of family, again, Evan was fortunate enough to meet Amanda not too long ago at a Howl at the Moon bar where they were at a 90s night, which I think is really awesome. I was really excited to hear that story about you two all dressed up together and happenstance running into each other and happening to be invited to the same group. But what I think is so special about that, as talking about the integration of family, is that Evan has been a member that stepped up and been a part of your life, right? We all signed the line, but it's our families that join as well. And Evan, you have been an integral part of our organization. And during this last deployment, for everyone in this room, right, Evan was our lead key spouse coordinator. So for you all, the person that helps talk to all the families left behind, right? So when somebody's gone for 6 months, if you need something, if you just need somebody to be able to talk to about the situation of what's going on, Evan was that point of contact. And I think the two of you are an incredible couple and very important for us as an organization. And I really appreciate you still rocking the mullet you're in solidarity during the deployment. And I also hear you're very keen on fancy socks, so I was wondering if you're wearing any today.
I am. Yeah. I'm wearing my Bud Light socks.
Lovely. That's awesome. So part of the reason for me bringing that up is that, like, the two of you have been a bedrock for the organization. And when Amanda asked to be able to host this here, I was beyond excited because this is, you've grown up considerably here within this organization and been a part of it. I'll share my personal meeting with Amanda, which maybe some people in this room know, maybe they don't. So I already had my eyes set on wanting to come to this organization when I was still on active duty. And I had been here a hot minute, and I'd reached out to one of my local friends who happens to be a mutual contact of Amanda. And I said, hey, I'm really interested in the Guard, and I would like to be able to join. And she goes, oh yeah, come on over. We can go to Launchpad, we'll sit and chat. And then, I could talk to you about the Guard. And she was a great saleswoman. She did fantastic, as I'm standing here today. But it was, at that moment, I knew how committed you were to the organization and how much you cared about it. And to be a part of an organization with you, with that much passion and dedication, I feel extremely blessed. So, I think that to highlight at this moment, right, when we talk about promotions, and we touched on it a bit, a promotion reflects not just the achievements that you've accomplished, but the potential that the Air Force and the leadership sees in you. And I see an immense amount in you and how capable you are, and I am so excited to see, even though you've left us for Northcom, hopefully you come back at some point, I think you've absolutely earned this promotion. It's very well deserved, and I can't wait to see where you go next. For those in the audience, right, so we have grades E1 to E9. That's a wide range. So Amanda is moving from an E7 to an E8, which is a very high rank to be able to achieve within the military. It is competitive, it is demanding. There is a trust to make sure that you can lead the airmen around you, and frankly lead up, right, when needed, that you can make the organization better. And I think you exemplify all of those qualities. I am ecstatic to see your dedication and your continued leadership across the board, and I am very thankful for the opportunity to be able to recognize you personally today. So with that, I think we're ready to move on to the next step.
Thank you, Major Swell.
Yeah.
Would Sergeant Keltz please come forward and join Major Swell for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Attention to orders. Master Sergeant Amanda K. Keltz distinguished herself by outstanding achievement as Emergency Management Superintendent, 140th Civil Engineer Squadron, 140th Mission Support Group, 140th Wing, Buckley Space Force Base, Aurora, Colorado. During this period, Sergeant Keltz authored a modernized C2 structure, the first update in a decade, for streamlined communication with host installation and reducing demand for full 140th EOC stand-up, and executed 8 joint exercises. Additionally, she created 3 clandestine scenarios for the Region 5 Deployed for Training event, designed to simulate high-threat environment utilizing real chemical, biological, and homemade explosive lab. Finally, Sergeant Keltz was the State Partnership Program Projo for the Jordanian NCO Development Team visit and hosted NCO development workshops, creating the framework for the Jordanian ALS equivalent and the empowerment of the NCO Corps and female integration. The distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Keltz reflect great credit upon herself, the Colorado Air National Guard, and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, 24 September 2025, signed Colonel Jason D. Neuer, Commander, 140th Mission Support Group.
Yay!
Please remain standing as Major Swell directs the publishing of the promotion order.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Special Order A3260. Master Sergeant Amanda Keltz, 140th Civil Engineering Squadron, Buckley Space Force Base, Aurora, Colorado, is promoted to the grade of Senior Master Sergeant, effective 21 August 2025, with a date of rank of 21 August 2025, by order of the Governor, signed by Laura L. Clellan, Major General, the Adjutant General. Thank you, Major Swell. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, this is your time to shine, Evan. Come on up. Thank you, Evan. This time, Sergeant Beal.
So I wanted to present to you these stripes. I'll read the certificate. These senior master sergeant stripes were flown in an F-16C Fighting Falcon aircraft A60368 over the skies of Colorado on November 18, 2025 for Senior Master Sergeant Amanda Keltz in honor of her promotion in the Civil Engineering Squadron by Captain Ryan Rostaneff, 120th Ops, and I was the crew chief. Thank you.
At this time, is there anybody else that has anything that they would like to present to Senior Master Sergeant Keltz?
All right, on behalf of the 140th Civil Engineering Squadron, since you snuck out before, this is your going away and congratulations for your promotion. So, want to make sure we presented that to you. It's very well presented.
There you go. So, Amanda. I'm so glad you wore those socks.
Just for you.
Being a key spouse for our unit, thank you very much for that. Right? And thank you for allowing Amanda to come to our unit every single day and work so hard. I'm going to share a comment that's from Master Sergeant Raul Cano. And Raul challenged our unit right when I joined, and right when a lot of folks were coming back from 2 deployments ago about, hey, we didn't get our orders on time, we didn't get our equipment on time, we didn't get all of these sorts of things on time. And then he said when we were deployed, hey sir, you helped us get our orders on time, you helped us get our equipment on time, you helped us know what the expectation, all those sorts of things were. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You did, right? You did. You got this unit out the door, and the deployment we all just came back from, as most of the people in this room know, there's more people in this room than the rest of the wing combined that deployed, right? From the 240th and the 140th CE sides. And you helped so many of us with readiness reporting, with training, with regional training site, all of those sorts of things. Amanda, as Major Swale said, we use the phrase often, you have shown the potential to serve at the next higher grade. I don't use that phrase actually when it comes to E8 and E9 promotions, when it comes to Senior Master Sergeant and Chief Master Sergeant. I use the phrase, you have demonstrated that you can serve at the next higher grade, and we owe you this stripe. Amanda, I am so proud of you having that stripe on. We owed you this stripe. Thank you for carrying our unit and our wing through so many things. Thank you for helping us be partners literally across the world. You deserve it. You deserve that as well.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time Senior Master Sergeant Amanda Keltz.
So, this is gonna be interesting. I didn't write anything, so and I'm trying to keep it short. So, I do a lot of public speaking, and I've never really done it about myself, so I feel really awkward right now. You can probably tell. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. Yeah, so, I've been to a lot of these, especially at the senior NCO level, and every single one I go to, they say the same thing. I didn't get here, I was brought here. My team is the one who made this happen for me. My mentors are the ones who made this happen for me. The officers and commanders and chiefs that I've worked alongside or worked under is really what made me successful to even get here. And I think that's true every time. No one really gets to this rank and above without everyone, family and friends even, and our airmen. And first I want to thank you guys for setting this up. Nay and Mathis. I wasn't gonna do this. Cindy and I had drinks at Peterson when she came back from deployment, and I told her I don't think I was gonna have one. She's like, well, you have to. She's like, I'll plan it all. I'm like, okay, fine. So thank you for putting all this together. Nay, thanks for emceeing. Couldn't think of anyone better. So, I also really want to thank Major Swale for officiating, because we didn't get to work together very long, and at first I was like, I'm not sure who if I should ask, because I wasn't really, like, she just came into the squadron, May? June-ish?
June.
And then I left for Northcom in October, so we didn't get a ton of time together, but I'm so thankful, and thank you for everything that you had to say. For the family room who knows, we met through Angela from the lake. That's how we met. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for everything there. And then I also want to thank, all of my mentors. Most of them are in this room right now. Pretty much I can point to anyone they're a mentor. And that includes not higher ranking. I always tell my airmen, find you a mentor. It doesn't have to be someone who outranks you. I learned just as much from an A1C or a tech sergeant or a staff sergeant as I do from the other senior master sergeants and chiefs. I probably learned more, actually, and they've definitely made me a better leader and a better person. Specifically my airmen, my EM airmen, sitting right over there, that little chunk right there. They just got back from deployment. This is their first roll back, and unfortunately I left to Northcom before they came home. So Sergeant Thomas and the rest, Airman Davey and Sergeant Grovala, you guys are really doing good things to pick up where I left off, and unfortunately it was kind of stagnant for the last couple months. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for making me the leader I am today. I would not be here without you guys, for sure, 100%. And one of the big ones in that group who's not here with us right now because she is at EOD school is Chelsea Tulip. Her and I worked out here full time together for 3 years or something. And she's one of my closest friends now. I've learned so much from her. I learned that I can angry type an email out and I'll let her read it, and when she says that's too much, then I know to you all know her. If she's telling me to take it back a notch, I definitely need to take it back a notch. So she's always been that person for me to kind of calm down. I'm knee-jerk reacting to something, so I always appreciate her. And Airman Davey for coming out on full-time temporary orders before you deployed. She filled a role that's usually filled by a tech sergeant as an E1C. And actually I had full confidence you could have done that job full-time by yourself had you not found an opportunity. I'm proud of you for that, by the way. My CST guys, I talk about the CST all the time. I'm sure it's actually really annoying because I always say, when I was on the CST, this, and this, and the incident that Major Swell mentioned with the Aurora Theater shooting dude's apartment. I believe Gonzo, I think you came off of leave too. Yeah, so First Sergeant Gonzalez back there, you were my team chief at the time, yeah. So a lot of us came off of leave to respond to that, and that's just the nature of being on the CST. Sorry, my mouth's a little dry. Thank you for my new coworkers at Northcom, sitting in the back there. They came up here, one came up here all the way from Colorado Springs. I really appreciate it. I just started there, so I'm hoping that I can bring the enlisted leadership into an all-officer office, because I am the only enlisted in the office right now. So I'm hoping I can get some different leadership perspective from you all as I continue the journey as being a senior master sergeant, and I really look forward to bringing back everything I learned at Northcom back to here, because I am learning quite a bit. So to the squadron, thank you all for taking the time to come here. I know it's a crazy drill. It's your first drill back. It's a Christmas drill, which we know there's very little training time at a Christmas drill, so I truly appreciate you all making the time to come be here for me. And fire department, thanks for setting this up and letting me use your room, even though Massengale told me I couldn't. I did it anyways. So I really appreciate that, guys. All right, so family. I don't want to cry, but I probably will. I will start with Laura and Caleb. Laura, thanks for coming all the way from North Dakota to be here, even though you were just here last week. And Caleb, thank you for always helping us out. When I deploy or go TDY, he helps with our dogs. If we're both gone at the same time, he lets them out for us. He watches them for us all the time. He keeps him busy when I'm on long-term TDYs or deployment. So I really appreciate your guys' support and for being here today. Kim and Nick. So Kim is my best friend. She was one of the first people I met when I moved here. So, and we met because she was sitting with someone else who was an Ohio State fan, and that's how we met. So at a bar. And so she's been pretty much my best friend ever since. It's been 15 years almost. Yeah. She's been with me through it all. I mean, she always offering to help. Her and her husband Nick have always been very supportive. Also always looking out for Evan if I'm gone or away. She's always checking up on me because she knows that I won't say things are bothering me. She always knows. So I appreciate you guys coming here today. Thanks for taking off of work. That's a big deal to me. Tootie, thanks for coming all the way from Florida. I appreciate it. I have something for you later, by the way. So, Kaylee, thank you also for coming. Appreciate your support. You really help us out a lot. You and Nick are always making sure we have everything we need and taking care of the townhouse when we can't or if I'm gone. Or thank you for hosting us on the holidays when we can't make it home because of it's hard to take leave, it's hard to fly home, and you're always opening your doors to us. To John and Wanda. Thank you for obviously being so supportive. And I mean, when I joined the military, my parents knew that's what I wanted to do, and they a little bit sort of, I mean, I was 18, so they a little bit had a say in it. You guys kind of married into this, and it's not something you probably ever expected to suddenly be a military family, but here we are. If you guys don't know, before I deployed in 2021, we flew to North Dakota to visit Evan's parents, and we went to their lake house in Minnesota where his family had planned a surprise for me during their annual boat parade. They had made a bunch of signs wishing me well on the deployment. So and how big is the lake around, would you say? I don't even know. It's big. It's a very large lake. And while we're on the pontoon, which was all flamingo decorated, all the neighbors in their yard, they all had signs in their yard wishing me well on my deployment and thanking me for my service. And that was a really lovely surprise. So thank you for all of your support. Mom and Dad. Sorry your luggage got lost.
It's found.
Is at the hotel now?
I don't know yet, but hopefully.
Yeah. My parents obviously have always been very supportive of me doing this. We were talking with Major Swale about just who I was as a kid. It was a funny conversation, but I told him a story about the day I enlisted. I was enlisted in Mansfield, Ohio. No one's ever heard of Mansfield, Ohio. It's a very small town in Ohio, but my dad took me, and you send all the paperwork. We all know how much paper you sign, right, when you're trying to enlist. So I signed all the paperwork, and we're driving back to my parents' house, and my dad said, "Are you sure about this?" I've already signed the paper. I'm sure now. But they've always been there for me. I moved across the country. I was the first, kid to leave. I'm a middle child. I was the first one to leave the house and the entire state. I came all the way to Colorado, and they come visit me a lot, and they understand I can't come home for the holidays a lot, so it's nice to have the understanding. They don't get upset or anything, and sending me lots of care packages on a regular basis. So I wanted to, okay, yeah, I have another gift for you, so.
This American flag was flown over the skies of Colorado in an F-16C Fighting Falcon aircraft number 870278 on December 2nd, 2025 for Brian and Lisa Keltz in celebration of Amanda Keltz's promotion to Senior Master Sergeant.
Cry, even cry. Well, I'm supposed to give this to you. So.
Thanks, sweetie.
Oh, okay. Evan. So I'm gonna cry. So, here, I made this for you.
Surprise, surprise.
Flowers,
You made that?
I made that.
I'm so impressed.
I know. I did it in a couple hours too. I know, right? And I have a gift card to golf too. So big reason I wanted to choose the golf thing is obviously we met in 2019. We waited to get married until 2024, and there was a big reason for that. So I had been married before, it didn't work out, obviously. And he was kind of an asshole. And was not supportive of my military career at all. Every day he would tell me to quit the CST, because on the CST you travel, 80% of your time is traveling at TDY, and back-to-back late nights, all kinds of stuff. Last minute real-world calls, or real-world calls that aren't really anything. It's a lot. It's a high ops tempo career field. So my ex-husband was never supportive of that. So I met Evan, and we were getting to know each other, and he heard I was in the Air Force and stuff. He's like, well, I know nothing about the military. And I'm like, perfect. This is gonna be great. We actually wanted to wait to even get engaged until after the deployment, because we wanted to make sure this was a life that he could handle, because we're gone a lot. And it went great. I think we fought like twice. A common phrase, I bet I could search it in my phone and see it probably 1,000 times, and I will text him. I will say, hey, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. And then an hour and a half later, hey, are you coming home? Oh, yeah, 5 more minutes, an hour and a half more later. So he's always been so supportive of that of me. I work a lot of late nights, especially private manager when there's a deployment coming up. It's a lot of late nights, a lot of working on the weekends, a lot of bringing my laptop to the mountains when we're trying to just have a date. But he's always been understanding. I don't think you've ever gotten mad at me for having to work or anything, and that's kind of new to me. So it's been really, you've made this very easy. Supporting me has made what I've been able to do for the squadron that much easier. So thank you for all of your support. I love you. I didn't cry. So I'll just finish this up. Sorry I went longer than I wanted to. Of course, I'm sure we're all surprised. I appreciate the faith that everyone in this room has in me, especially my leadership. Colonel Donovan, you were there for a lot of this, a lot of the crazy, a lot of the restructuring, a lot of supporting me and trying to change the way we emergency management here, and the way we see too. That was all thanks to you and giving me the courage to speak into the wing commander and then all of the group commanders and trying to explain why we need to do these things. But I do really appreciate every single person in this room has helped me get to where I am today, and I hope to make you proud with what I do from now on. So thank you, everybody. If I forgot you, I'm really sorry. I did not write anything down. We are gonna shocker again. We're going to Launchpad after this at about 15:30, 1600. So you're all welcome to join us for some drinks. But that's all I have.